Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv, and I hope you're having a good one. Uh, Wanted to apologize. Friday, I just was not feeling well, so I never got to do Friday nights, Friday flips. So I apologize for that. I just, I got in bed and I knocked the hell out. I was just out of it. But I'm back today. A lot has gone on this past week. Some of it has just been incredible. I've seen all kinds of news. Sorry, but yeah, I'm feeling a little ashy. I've seen all kinds of news that affected us this past week. We've seen Wells Fargo or banks like Wells Fargo and Bank of America get hit with notices for allegedly steering customers toward low interest bearing accounts without full disclosure. I'm sure we're going to be seeing ramifications from that. We've seen actions taken against customers' bank for what I believe to be light compliance, meaning they got hit with know your customer and anti-money laundering rules, especially where crypto is concerned. So they got hit with that. Give me the loot. What's good? What's good? What's good? Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. But yeah, we've had a lot of things in the regulatory space. We had the final amount that Ripple has to pay. Everybody right now is basically taking bets on if the SEC is going to appeal the judgment. That judgment being that they requested $2 billion in penalties. They got 125 million. Remember, SEC requested 2.2 billion dollars. Ripple responded with, "You're nuts. We'll give you 10 and you'll be happy." And the courts finalized on, no, you're going to pay 125 million. It's greater than 12 times more. It's 12.5 times more than what Ripple had suggested. Not shocking there, but it is a fraction of what the SEC wanted. Now, I want you to stop and think about this. The amount of money that Ripple spent on the court cases is 200 million. So an additional 50 point blah 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 percent has been requested. Okay, cool. We know they can afford it. Not a problem. They stated they would pay that money within the next 30 days. The SEC has 60 days to appeal that penalty. And I want to remind you of something. They can appeal the penalty. They're not going to appeal, or whatever what the court ruling was. I think they had their chance. They didn't take it. Whatever. I don't care. At this point, they can appeal the penalty. Everything is set. Everything stays in place. XRP is not a security. Ripple has to pay $125 million. The clock is ticking on Ripple's IPO now. People might be wondering why. It's simple. Court cases are gone. Court cases are gone. Over with. Done. So unless there's a new case brought, there are rumors that there could be a case brought against Ripple because of their new stablecoin. I think they're going to have a hard time bringing that case. They haven't even launched a stablecoin. What's next? The next one is, I would think that the launch of the new stablecoin at this day and age, at this time, would be done perfectly, right? I think everything Ripple would do to launch that stablecoin would be a textbook implementation. They don't want to catch that heat again. Given that everything is done with the SEC as of right now, I mean, except for paying the money, which they'll do again in 30 days, that's going to be a wrap, right? The albatross has been released from around their neck. They can do business as usual. They're going to see an influx, or let me rephrase. It's not that they're going to see an influx. It's that we are going to see a bevy of partnerships being announced, a bevy of deals being announced, and we have to pay attention to whether those deals are for XRPL, the ledger, right? That's a product owned by Ripple. Or are they going to be deals for XRP Direct? In any event, I think any good news for Ripple is going to be reflected in XRP now that everything's done and dusted. Give me the loot. What percent allocation are you asking me what my allocation is, or are you wondering what your allocation should be? Give me the loot. That's what I'm going to ask. So I think there are a lot of deals that have been sitting there waiting. I said this earlier, I said this last week, because technically it is last week. I said this last week, and I really do think that there are a number of, deals that they've already got in place. Remember, Ripple makes most of their money outside the United States. Outside of the United States. That's huge. That's bigger than huge. I'm not going to give away my personal holdings or anything like that. Well, I don't mind sharing my holdings, but I'm not going to be sharing what my allocation is. But I will share how I judge, how I do it. So how I do it is I have a certain amount of slots based on the amount of money I think I'm going to have to put toward digital assets. As far as digital assets are concerned, I do not play around with NFTs, period. Let me rephrase. Currently, I do not play around with NFTs, and I will not play with NFTs as far as artwork, whether it be music or visual. I'm not into that. However, if a business or project or whatever is using an NFT for things like membership and things like that, I would absolutely consider those. Okay? There are restaurants, there are clubs that you actually can't get into in New York unless you have that NFT that grants you access. That's awesome. Because that means, oh, hey, you can borrow my membership for blah, 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 and go ahead, right? If you're familiar with some of the private clubs that are out there, you know that you can have guests, right? In certain of these clubs. So implementing something like that on the blockchain would make it a lot easier for them to actually be able to track who's the guest, who's this, who's that. As a matter of fact, it would make it easier for people just to say, I'm giving a guest pass for my membership to this wallet, and all they have to do is show up with it, and boom, they're in. They don't need to know who they are or anything else. You just walk in. That would be slick. That's the way I would do it. Now, with regard to XRP specifically, for a long time, I've had a bag of XRP. But what I said was let's pretend I have 10 slots, of which XRP was one of those slots, but it was an inactive slot, meaning I was not actively purchasing XRP. That said, this past Thursday or Friday, I forget which day, I actually went and bought some XRP. I added to the bag. It became an active slot in my portfolio. The reason being is because the handcuffs are off. So it's an active slot within my roster. And yeah, is it back on DCA? Yeah. It's back on my DCA strategy. So I can't tell you how much, or what allocation percentage there, it is, but I'm more than happy to share that I've put it back into my active status in my DCA structure. Now, will I be working with RLUSD when it gets released, which is their new stablecoin? I don't know yet. Right now, the world's most popular stablecoin is actually USDT, otherwise known as Tether, because that's the company that does it. I can more easily trade just about any coin out there against Tether. So normally in, you know, coins that I want to purchase that are beyond, you know, that space, not money amount, percent weight. No, I won't even give away percent weight, because it doesn't help you. Not being mean. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be mean. It's because my percentage may change, hear me out, depending on what my risk framework tells me to do. I might wake up one day and feel that my weight, so that actually happened. And the example is I made a decision that I was going to remove XRP from active status. Still a slot, still have a bag, but remove from status. That obviously brought it down to 0, right? In terms of active in my DCA strategy. And then I made it active again. So now my DCA strategy, I had to adjust all of my slots to say this is active again. So now it's popped back up. And so that's really what I'm pointing toward, is that, you know, I might have 2 or 3 coins that I'm interested in, and hey, Bianca, how are you? It's a little too much to divulge, and I know. Let me say it like this: give me the loot. I absolutely understand you are not trying to be disrespectful. I'll start with let me add that to the mix. I know that you're not. So I'm also not trying to be disrespectful or mean toward your request. I'm trying to give you the theory behind my way of thinking as I manage my portfolio. If I were to give you a number, that number might stick in your head and you might want to use that number. And I have to be careful because I'm not a certified financial planner. I'm not a CPA or anything else like that. I do not give financial advice. I tell you what I'm doing with my portfolio, and I leave it at that. And however you choose to do that, the only people that I'm actually telling them stuff are my kids. I will absolutely tell them, don't do that. Because, you know, I'm a stupid dad, and that's what stupid dads do. That's how this all got started. But I do want to give you the theory behind how I manage my portfolio. And the reason why I want to do that is, for me, that has forced me to think about every move that I make. I don't just get out there and buy things willy-nilly. I don't necessarily adjust my DCA strategy, which is dollar cost averaging. I think about the number of slots that I have versus the amount of money that I have. I weight that strategy. I weight each one of those stocks against whatever. So for instance, I might say, for my portfolio, I might say Bitcoin always gets 25%, and then the rest of them split up the other 75%. So now you can see how the weights will be. Then, based on the news of that week, I might also adjust my DCA strategy and adjust the percentages that each one will get. Excuse me. So that's what I'll do. Bianca, you didn't sign on earlier, so you didn't hear. I'll state it again. Friday, I didn't fall off the face of the earth. I fell into my bed because I wasn't feeling well, and I stayed there. I just wasn't feeling well, and I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I just went home, knocked out. That was it. Feeling a lot better. Started feeling better yesterday. Started feeling a lot better today. You can tell by my voice. I feel just better. More energetic, more alive, just all that stuff. Felt like I was petering toward the end of last week, and I did. Fell on my face on Friday. That said, give me the loot. Did I answer your question? Because again, it's going to be the number of slots that I have, and you take the number of slots and you say, these are the coins I'm interested in, and I go, I know this coin is going to get this percentage, and the rest of the percentage is going to be split between those coins. So the amount of money doesn't matter. It's how much I'm going to put into each one of those coins, and then I do it like that. So I hope that helps, because I think that will help you a lot more than me saying, oh, I put 50% into XRP. And of course, I also have dry powder that I will drop into any given situation just because, right? Just because I've seen news or I see something that compels me to make such a purchase. Before I forget, today's question: what concerns you the most about this past week? Was it banking concerns, security on exchanges, Ripple news, or other? If it's other, do me a favor, drop it down there in the comment in the chat so that we can go over it and discuss it. Thank you, Bianca. I am feeling a little bit better, a lot better. Because Friday, you know what it is? I think I was just exhausted. I think it was just exhausted. Because as soon as I hit the bed, went to sleep, I was feeling all right. Got up in the middle of the night, had dinner, literally middle of the night, and was like, oh, I'm freaking famished. If I tell you I'm hungry, you know I'm healthy. You know I'm healthy. The first thing my body did was say, time to wake up, fool. Time to get out of bed. Let's go eat. So that's how that worked out. There are a lot of things. For those people that are thinking about banking concerns, we actually do have a lot of concerns. So there were a few banks that were taking the task for leading customers toward getting accounts that are low interest bearing accounts. People were steered toward those low interest bearing accounts, and a lot of these banks were called in for it. So we'll see what the penalty is going to be. We'll see what the fixes are going to be. But that's where that came from. Something else that happened: Customers Bank action was taken against them by the Fed. Why? They have issues with Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering rules when it came to crypto. And Customers Bank is a crypto-friendly bank. So that's a very big deal. That's something that people are paying attention to. So we had a number of things that happened this week. Like I said, you had Ripple, the Ripple news. You had the bank information. You had advancements in technology. We also had security concerns because there were a number of, over the past couple of weeks, we've had a number of exchanges get hacked or exploits be leveraged against them. And I think the number one is WazirX. This is one of the reasons why I tell you guys, pay attention to what you're using and what's out there when you make your purchases. I also tell you guys that, I don't leave a large amount of money on exchanges. That's just not my thing. Not my thing, not what I'm trying to do. Why is that? For reasons like this. And I don't care if it's an established exchange like Coinbase or Binance or, Kraken, OKX. I don't care what exchange it is. I do not care what exchange it is. I'm not trying to leave a large amount of money on that exchange. Period. And it's because of things like that. Right? And it's a lot. So the SEC investigating Wall Street banks, Federal Reserve going up against Customers Bank, the issues with RLUSD testing going along just fine. However, legal issues could arise from that. Tether plans to double its workforce. That's huge because, again, they are by far, by leaps and bounds, the largest issuer of a stable coin, USDT. So that's something to pay attention to. JP Morgan Chase facing backlash over, from senators over their proposed customer fees. And I want you to think about this. This is what ticks me off about banks. A lot of these banks charge you a lot of fees for just about anything. And the interest they want to pay you doesn't even cover the fees. Think about that. It's not enough that they hold your money so that you can use your own money. And they make money from your money, but they want more. So there's a lot of backlash over that. So, for me, those are big deals. And that's just in the regulatory and compliance space. There's other news. There's other news that I dropped this week. And I'm telling you, the team and I have written, I want to say, we do anywhere between 5 and 25. No, we don't do 5. We haven't done just 5 articles in a day. I mean, we're doing at least 10, somewhere between 10 and 30 articles a day, per day, and giving feedback on those articles, like how we feel about a given topic. So that's kind of big. That's right. And the platform will mysteriously go down when you need to immediately manage your funds. Oh my Lord. So everything that happened this past week, who went down? Robinhood. Robinhood. They weren't the only ones to go down either. I believe it was Robinhood, Grayscale. So you had a few places that went down and you weren't able to do almost anything for a little bit. So there's that problem. So I do have an issue with that. I have an absolutely huge issue with that. Because even if you're holding your money in a non-custodial, wallet, I can flip that coin to USDT, USDC without an exchange. Money's still safe, or my funds are still safe. And when I want to get back in, I can flip it back. Not having to on-ramp or off-ramp money. Those are big deals. Those are very big deals. But I'm in control of my digital assets. Remember, if you don't have the keys, it is not your crypto. So if you're on a centralized exchange, right, and they're holding, X amount of money in a digital asset for you, that's not your digital asset. That exchange owns all the digital assets, and they've earmarked some for you. Well, that's it. That's it. But if you're holding it in a non-custodial account, well, that's all yours. You've got your keys. That means it's your crypto. Just saying. Just putting that out there for you. That would absolutely stress me out having to wait like that. Oh my God. Like, I have accounts at places where, they had a hard time. Luckily, like I said, I don't keep any money there, so I didn't care. I was not stressed at all. I actually sat there and I was like, see, this is why. I was able to wag my finger and go, this is why. So hell's to the yeah. I would lose my ish if that happened to me, that I couldn't get to it. Like, what? I remember the first time I couldn't get to something, that's when I had distrust. That was the seed that was sown that gave me distrust for exchanges. I was like, yeah, nah, that is not happening again. Everything came back and everything was fine. I don't care. I do not care. That's like when you loan somebody that will pay you back. Trust but verify, right? I know they're going to pay me back, but I'm not going to rest easy until I get paid back. You know what I mean? That's even with people you trust. Like, they're solid for the money. Yeah, there's going to be a percentage. Even if it's like 5%, there's still going to be a percentage of me that's going to be like, ooh, they're going to pay me back. So when I loan money to somebody, which is a rare occasion, it's one of those, I can afford to lose it. I'm not going to loan money that I'm not afraid to lose. Straight up. That's how I honestly look at it. So I pay attention to that in major ways. What else did we have? So in terms of market trends, you had the CBOE and NYSE apply for Bitcoin and Ethereum options trading. Grayscale, Bitwise, BlackRock. Big deals. Very big deals. Let's not sleep on that. Kathy Wood repurchased, I think they repurchased 17.8, Kathy Wood and ARK Invest repurchased $17.8 million in Coinbase. She sold just before Coinbase took it on the chin. She bought back in while it was down. Nice. Because remember, they're paying attention to these numbers and these actions on a daily basis. I'm not. They are. That's their job. So she was like, her and her team got an inkling, and they were like, based on everything that's going on, we think Coinbase is going to take a hit. We're going to sell now while it's still safe to sell. And when everything took a dip, oh, we're in. Yeah, something to think about. Now, I'm not saying that Ark Invest and Kathy Wood are perfect, because they're far from. It's just on that set of transactions, it happened to work out. What else happened this week in terms of market trends? Let's see. Europe's largest hedge fund, Capula Management, invested $420 million in Bitcoin through ETFs. Binance's $1.2 billion net inflow, all coin surges. Yeah, that was actually big news. Steady inflows for BlackRock's iShares, their Bitcoin ETF. Big deal. And Morgan Stanley and Wells Fargo Morgan Stanley allowing their advisors to actually sell Bitcoin ETFs, and Wells Fargo's looking to follow suit. That's all big news. Bianca. They're playing the game right. Yup. Yeah. They really are. Captain Banana, are you actually on? Because I know sometimes you don't talk much, but I just want to know if you're on. Let's see. Technical advancements. You might not have known, but Slovenia has issued some sovereign bonds via BNP Paribas, but they didn't mention what the blockchain was that they actually did that with. Who else was there? Ripple partnered with Dubai to actually offer innovation services and backing for innovation in that region. That's huge. I'm telling you, we're going to start to see more and more news come out about Ripple. We're going to see more and more news about that. I think that's going to be great. What else do we have? Let's see. Atari partnered with Coinbase to release an enhanced version of Breakout with new NFT prizes on the Ethereum network. That's pretty slick. YRX launches a public node sale. That's actually nice. Because they're offering investment opportunities in decentralized financial systems. That's the whole idea. The YRX being in DeFi. So that's a big idea. Something else that I'm paying attention to is Bing X integrating Apple Pay and Google Pay. Now, I don't know if anybody has access to Bing X here, but some of us do. Not here, but some of us have access. And that's something that we should be paying attention to. It's the adoption. I'm not just giving you news on adoption. I'm also giving you news about the integration of that technology. Those are big deals. Those are very big deals. All right. Solana is facing scrutiny over high transaction failure rates. They also had a secret security patch that was implemented. So, woo to the SA. That's interesting. And you're wondering, how does that play forward into next week? Banking issues plays forward into next week very easily. What are going to be the penalties for all the banks that got caught out there pushing low interest accounts? I think that's a very big deal. And I think that, when you're doing your own research, one of the things that, we should probably start talking about is the idea of following a story through, something that interests you, right? And what I mean by following that story through is something just like that. They got called out for it, and then that was in the news. But then what else happens after that? Sometimes there are not follow-up ideas, but you can go to the site of the agency that's bringing the action, and you can look right there to see what's going on. That's where a lot of those reporters get that information. So you can go to the Fed and see, well, what's going on? What are the actions that you have? What are the next steps in the actions? You can see that. You can absolutely see that. So follow the news. Now, sometimes it's not going to be an agency that you're going to follow to actually get the rest of the story. Sometimes it's going to be, you might have to do research on that company. Do that so you're always aware. It's a very, very, very important step. And yes, we are going to have a class on how I do my research. There are a lot of tips and techniques that I have in there that you're probably going to sit back and go, whoa, didn't think about that. And that one last piece was one of those little tidbits. Excuse me. Itch in the throat. No biggie. Not sick. So what else is there? You had security concerns with DeFi hacks. You had the Ronin network get hacked again. I think it was for like $9 million. The security patch from Solana, their high transaction rate, WazirX announcing plans to actually restore wallets. If you had a wallet on WazirX, I hopefully you get into that. That's a very big deal. Excuse me. You also have jump tradings, dumping. I don't even know how else to call it. It's the dumping of Ethereum by jump trading. They dumped so much that people are actually wondering, are they going to stay viable as a business? This is why I tell you guys, it's not just the exchanges. It's any place, anyone that you do business with. Pay attention. Pay attention. What are they doing? Right? Those are very big deals. Very big deals. Please pay attention. There's a lot going on. So I'm expecting this week that we're going to see a lot happening with regard to, all of the banking issues, not fallback, but fallout from everything that's going on with Solana. Maybe news about Ripple and everything else that's going on. Because I'm telling you, the handcuffs are off. The shackles are off. They can go. I think they've been ready to go IPO for months. I think right now they're just going through the trials and tribulations of, finalizing things to go IPO. They're ready to rock and roll. I can almost guarantee it. So it's a matter of when, not if, in my humble opinion. Let's see. That is so freaking crazy to not have access to your money. It is. I pray for those who have life savings in Wazir. Oh man, yeah. I wish I could say there aren't that many, but I think there are a lot of people because it's huge in India, and India's got a lot of people. It's gonna have a huge effect on people. There's no way of getting around that one. No way of getting around that way. Give me the loot. You didn't answer me. Did I answer your question appropriately? Do I have that? Here's some news. I created a video for the Grow My Bag crypto tracker. It's out there. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. It's everything that you can do with Grow My Bag. I created the workbook, or recreated the workbook, so that it was easy to follow. If you see a button that says add new, that means you're going to add something new to that list. If it says delete the last, it's going to delete the last row. Like, a lot of it is very intuitive, but I gave a video on what it's all about and how to do things so that you would have an idea about what it can do. It's a standalone tool. Doesn't connect to wallets, doesn't connect to exchanges. The only thing it does is it connects to CoinGecko to get up-to-date data. We thought about adding additional data resources like CoinMarketCap or DeFi Llama, for that additional information. But I didn't find it, I had done it, but I didn't find that information all too helpful, right? I didn't find it all too helpful. So I just whacked those and just said, I'll keep it the way it is right now. A little tidbit of news. We are creating the Grow My Bag index of 20. The GMB 20 is going to be an index of assets that we're going to follow, much like the S&P 500 and other indices that are out there. We're creating the GMB 20. I actually have already chosen the 20 coins. I'm just going over them to make sure everything's weighted properly and everything else. But yeah, we're doing that too. I don't know if I'm going to put that in the workbook, in a revised version of the workbook, or if I'm just going to do that on the online version that we have coming up that we've already started developing. How's that? So there's a lot. So over this next week, I'm expecting a lot of news around banks. I'm expecting probably a bit more. I mean, we've had a lot on earnings, so there's that. Of course, we're going to have economic data come out, but August is a quiet month. Remember that. August is vacation month in the United States. So it gets quiet. And remember that in September, this coming September, it's it's all but guaranteed we're going to get a rate cut. That is going to light a fire out of a lot of people. And I'm expecting to see movement out of that as well. Um, Bianca, I am trying to spoil you. Um, and the reason why is because, I'm spoiling myself. I'm spoiling my kids. Here's a tool that you can open up, enter all your transactions, hundreds. I mean, I'm going to come out with a set of metrics around the number of wallets that we support, the number of coins that we support, the number of categories that we support. There's a lot of information in there, a lot. And the online version is going to be even bigger. The online version is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. That's the idea. It really is for me. You keep saying August is a vacation month, but I cannot think of anyone taking vacation. Yo, Mr. Big, what's up? I know a lot of people are taking vacation. I tend to do long weekends, because I'm going to be frank with you. There are not a lot of places outside of New York and other major cities that are worthy of 2-week-long vacations. That there are not a lot. So I tend to do shorter vacations, but a lot more of them because I think that's more fun. Just get up and go. Get up and learn something. And if you find a place that you like, visit it again. Because now the second time you visit a place, you're not visiting that place as a tourist. Because you know where things are and what to do, what not to do, you're visiting that place, not as a local, but not a tourist. And you'll get deeper and deeper and deeper. Like one of the places I want to visit is Senegal. I absolutely want to visit Senegal. I'm also thinking about how am I going to retire? You guys, a lot of people have asked, well, why are you into crypto? We know that you are into crypto, but why are you into crypto? Like we know why you invest. You're living for your last name. But why are you invested in crypto? When I first got involved in crypto, my reason was, Elliot and I, as we started at the same time, is because it is, and Elliot's like my brother. We've just been friends for like a stupid long time. And we just started looking at it and we were like, that's the future. That right there is the future. Fast forward to today, over 10 years later, and where are we at? It's the present. It's the present. That's why. See, I'm a technologist, so I love hearing about new technology. And this is one of those things that I sit back and I just go, oof, ooh, that's interesting. How does that work? How does it move? How does it do this? How does it do that? And it's been moving. It's been moving. So that's why I'm so interested in it. That and the return on investment can be huge. Can be huge. And again, I'm not just investing for me right now, my kids. I'm investing for way further down my tree. I'm investing for my last name, not my first name. A lot of people are concerned with what are they going to leave their kids. I'm worried about enabling my kids to leave something for my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren. I want those people to turn around and look at me and just go, he was such a prick, but he really loved his family. And he was driven by getting things done for his family. That's what I want my heirs to say. That's what I want my heirs to say. So I'm living for my last name, right? I think you should do a show on all of the raw materials needed to be a real investor, the resources needed to study the market properly. Ty hates me. Ty hates me. I'm going to say that again. Ty hates me. Do you know how much work that is? That would mean not inventing the 25th hour, but the 26th, 27th, the 28th hour. Um, but you know what's really messed up? I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you. I think it's worthy. I'm trying to think of where else could I speak, could I touch that? Could it be the blooper show that people want me to do? I think it is the blooper show, right? Where it's not that I'm going to be able to. It's not like I have recordings of all my mistakes. It's about where I show you my mistakes, where I talk about my mistakes, and I think that segues easily into what Ty is talking about, which is what are the tools necessary for the piece that you're investing in. Ty was just a joke. I'm sorry, man. Um, Mr. Big, I don't go on vacation. I have two boys and three grands and 5 acres. They come all the time, so our weekends are tied up with trampoline parks, skating rinks, and to go to park. Excuse me, sorry about that. Um, Redefine what vacation is. I know for me, my definition of vacation is just any significant amount of time where I'm focused on my family. You're blessed. You've got a lot of time to be able to be focused on your family. You know, um, for me, that's my definition of vacation is how much time can I focus on my family. So I would be blessed to be able to say something like that for me. Sorry, I probably need a sip of something. Mm. Oh, you do mean goat parks. Okay. Hey, to each their own. I mean, I'm into horses. In case you haven't noticed, this actually is a horse. So yeah, I ain't thumbing my nose at anybody. That's pretty cool. Um, but the idea of Ty, I think you're right. I actually do think that's a really good idea, and I think it really does tie into that blooper show that people have been asking me to do. Um, we don't. Well, at least I don't. I don't know about goat parks. Obviously Bianca doesn't either. So you're gonna have to teach us something. You're definitely gonna have to teach us something. But wow, I'm thinking about the blooper show, and what's there. Um, what's funny is, so my son and I told you we're looking into doing real estate and all that stuff. So I developed a tool for real estate as well, and we use that tool to kind of determine what are the value of properties, what should be looking at, and to keep notes on what's going on. And I have to tell you that it's for anything that you're investing in, real estate, businesses, whatever it is, crypto, stocks, bonds, options, whatever. You're right. There are things that you should have at your fingertips or within reach that will enable you to actually invest with the most education that you could possibly get. Yeah, you know what? I think that's the show. I think that actually rounds out that particular show. Now it's a matter of when do I do that show? So today is the 11th, plus 7 would be the 18th. Um, I'm thinking because I don't know if we're gonna celebrate my son's birthday next weekend or the weekend after. I would think that we would celebrate next weekend and that whole week, just because of where his birthday falls. Um, so I'm thinking maybe the weekend after next we do that. I do that show. So instead of doing a normal Sunday roundup, I that's when I do the blooper show, and we talk about the bloopers that I've had. So maybe I sit down and I start writing down the bloopers that I've done, and I can tell you honestly, I don't think that there's a single step in a given transaction that I haven't made a mistake. So there's a lot. There's a lot of material. Um, Making mistakes in, you know, different things that I've done just all over the place. So I think that's actually a good show. So I can guarantee you that I will do that show. I think I should do it on the 25th, right? Because you figure next weekend we'll probably do everything for my son's birthday, and then thereafter do the yeah. I think that actually works. I think that actually works. They okay. Hold on a second, Ty. That's going to be a video that will be live. It will be free because to me that's not necessarily education. To me that's just sharing what dirt I've chewed. Um, the education one will be foundations. Another education one will be how I do my research. Ooh, yeah. So the free version, I'm not going to tell you how I do my own research. That would be silly, right? Um, but I will tell you my bloopers, and I'll give you an idea about the tools that I have. The how I do my research one will go far deeper into the tools that I have, the tools that I've developed, the practices that I've developed for myself, the procedures I've developed for myself to do my own research, and it's geared toward research. So those are the ones. Yeah, gotta do that. Gotta do that. Um, a tool that I think there are two tools I already think that you should have. One is going to be, I don't have one at my desk, but one is going to be the book, um, crypto foundations on multi for developing or generating multi generational wealth, or for building multi generational wealth. The second one is going to be the crypto tracker. Both are on sale. The books, one is hardcover, the other one's paperback, both on sale on Amazon. The crypto tracker, if you go to growmybag.tv/crypto dash tracker, you'll be able to go there. And it is a light release. I haven't released it to the general public beyond that yet. Like, you won't even find the link on the homepage. Like, you got to find that link here on YouTube to get there. So that's how we're doing it. Glad you're reading the book now. Are you going to give me some feedback on the book now? You've been reading the book. Talk to me. What's up? General feedback. I mean, I can take it on the chin. You hate it. You think it sucks. I understand. I won't cry that much. Hold on. Let me be ready. Go ahead. Give me the feedback. Give me the feedback. Just waiting. You know what I'm saying? Just waiting on that. Just got tissue ready. Snatch tissue. I'm ready. Go on. Just, yes, you need Excel for that. You need Excel. You know what? Watch the video first. For everybody that's interested in purchasing, thank you. It's well written. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. That I appreciate that. I wasn't joking. I need to know, like, how well I did, all that kind of stuff, because I really am thinking about doing another book. It really is. I really, really, really am thinking about doing another book. Um, the book doesn't tell you about all the projects I like, but I do make it clear about certain projects that I do like. And I also make it clear as to why. And the why is the big deal. The why is the big deal. Is there? No, there is no audio version of the book. There is no audio version of the book. Um, excuse me. The reason why there's no audio version of the book is because Unitech 23. You just got the book on Friday? Oh, snap. Thank you. Got the hardcover. Um, wow. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention something. So, remember how I kept saying that I don't feel like doing a version in Google Sheets? One of my guys was like, hey, it's not that hard to do a version on Google Sheets. You should think about it. So I am thinking about it. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. It's just that there's a lot of work that goes into creating it. There's a lot of work to securing it, a lot of stuff. Even with Excel, people are like, "Oh, I don't want to enable macros." Well, you got to enable macros to make the book work, right? We're doing things like updating data. And we're updating data from CoinGecko. We're doing things like giving you the ability to click a button to add a new row, click a button to remove a row. Those are macros. So we can understand that, hey, there are security issues that are involved in that. But I'll put it to you like this. My company, Rebel Visions, has been in business for over 20 years. Over 20 years. I don't care if you're a mom and pop shop. I don't care if you're a big corporation. 20 years is a lot. I've been doing Grow My Bag for over 2 years, meaning I've been started out with the videos. And if you go back all the way to the beginning, there was no website, there was no social media page or anything else like that. We've gone from doing straight up videos to having a social media platform to offering a tool to having a whole bunch of stuff. Just so it comes down to trust. Even Microsoft will tell you that you should be careful of who you're opening up macros to on your machine. If you can't trust that, I don't know what to say. I mean, like I said, I have more to lose than to win. I have to do everything correctly because a business that's been in business for 20 years, I'm not going to sully my name. I'm not going to do something that's going to ruin my name. So that's a very big deal. And again, I'm living for my last name, so I don't want my family to be ashamed of what I do and how I do it. So you do have to have Microsoft Excel. You do have to enable macros. You do have to allow external data connectivity. And the only external data connection that there is right now is to CoinGecko. We used to have DeFi Llama. We used to have CoinMarketCap. We used to have a couple other places. But the pertinent information that we actually needed was solved by CoinGecko. So that's the only one we use. No, I do not get paid by CoinGecko. So there's that. So now you know everything. The video for using, integrity. That's right, integrity. I'm out here every day, or just about every day, my face is on here. Right? It's real easy for people to go like that to me. Right? Remember, I'm showing you exactly who I am. I'm not hiding behind a screen name or anything else. So it's very big deal. Unitech 23, thank you. 23 is a very big deal. It's my birthday. So yeah, I love that. Thank you. So yeah, I mean, I was actually taken aback by that. By somebody attacking my integrity. I can understand that some people don't feel safe enabling macros. I totally get it. But you're purchasing software for a reason, for a purpose, and we use macros to achieve those goals. Something else, obviously, you need Microsoft Excel to use the workbook. Can't get around that. That's the platform that I chose because I trust Microsoft, and we happen to be a Microsoft partner, and that's where that's going to be. We are working to actually add this to the Microsoft Store as an Office add-in. So look out. It's going to be there. And you can look up Rebel Visions. We are a Microsoft partner. So like I said, we have a lot more to lose than that. Something else that people don't realize. For digital downloads and for software, no, we do not offer refunds. Why? Because you've already gotten the software, right? I mean, you actually have use of the software. So no, we do not give refunds on that. For membership on the platform, if you have a month-to-month membership, no, we do not give refunds. We will prorate. So if you have a yearly membership, and you cancel at the third month, I'll refund you, the $9 for your whatever amount of money it is for the level of membership that you have. We'll refund that. Just saying. But it will, if you pay us in crypto, depending on the gas fees, because we're not going to be out of pocket, for things like that, we'll refund the money either in fiat or, depending on the gas fees in crypto. Or if you have PayPal, we can refund like that as well. Captain Banana, what's up? So you did hear me. Awesome sauce. So yeah, there's a lot. But again, if I really, it wasn't even that I was taken aback. I was actually hurt. That somebody had said, I feel unsafe. And I'm out here all the time, just all the time, telling you guys about security problems that are out there, how to secure yourself, what to do, what not to do, just in terms of security and stuff like that. So it really, really bugged me. Rehab, do everything, Captain Banana, do everything they tell you to do in rehab. Do everything. You want to get motion back in your arm. I had shoulder surgery, and it was a very big deal that I do every single exercise so I could get back mobility. Because unless you're really, really young, you almost never get back to 100%, but you want to be as high 90s as possible. So right now I'm probably like 95%. 95% in terms of motion, right? So very big deal. Make sure you do that. But, like I said, getting back to the topic, I was hurt by, what seemed like an attack on my integrity. I'm still hurt, right? Because like I said, if after all this time, oh my God, Red Star, thank you so much. Thoughts on ICP? Give me one moment and I'll answer that. But yeah, to attack my integrity after I've been out here for 2.5 years, just doing this particular topic, in business for over 20. You can verify who I am. I mean, I took that one to the gut. I mean, obviously it didn't knock me down or anything like that, but it registered. I did think about it. My thoughts on ICP. Oh, Bianca, Captain Banana, everybody says hey from YouTube. They want you to get better. So do what you're supposed to do. Just saying. My thoughts on ICP. I am not a fan of ICP. Pause. Why am I not a fan of ICP? I want you to go to CoinMarketCap and see what's there for ICP, right? In terms of, give me a moment. Let me see if I can find it. Control F. ICP. All right, here it is. They've got a $3.2 billion market cap. They're currently ranked at number 25, okay? Excuse me. Let's see. Whew, okay. Circulating supply is 4.68 billion. Total supply is 521 billion. I honestly don't know what it brings to the table. I will say this. It's in the top 25 coins. It's in the top 20. You have to understand what it takes to be in the top 250, the top 100, the top 50, the top 35, the top 25, the top 10, the top 3, top 5. It takes a lot. A lot. But for me, personally, I have jack interest in ICP. What do? They don't do anything that interests me. They don't do anything for me that isn't answered by another coin. Captain Banana, thank you. Thank you very much. Red Star. So do I have anything against them right now? No. They just don't fit into any one of my slots. They're not answering any questions for me that aren't being answered by another project that ranks higher or that I just straight up have more trust in. So would I have an issue, or would I have an issue with anybody that I knew buying into ICP? Not really. Not really. It's a preference. It's a preference. That would be what I'm looking at. So for me, I just trust other coins. Feelings are involved, in research. Yeah. Um, Feelings. All right. So Bianca knows this. Bianca knows this for sure. I can wag my finger at myself this time, right? Because I let feelings stop me from purchasing Toncoin, which has been paying me back lovely, I have to say. Anyway, um, that's one thing that goes across the board for anything. You have to remove your feelings. So a lot of the things that I do are to force me to remove my feelings. So I had feelings about ICP. I had feelings about Toncoin. ICP, I just started looking at, just the facts. Show me the facts, ma'am, just the facts. They're not doing anything that is of interest to me. Like I said, I don't know that another coin is fulfilling that need. So, if they fulfill your need, right? If they're fulfilling something that you believe in, great. As a matter of fact, you know something? Give me a minute. You know what I want to do? I want to bring up Crypto Tracker. And the reason why, and I'll share it with you once I have it open. Give me a moment. Bear with me. And only the people that are actually, I hope it doesn't stop the video because it takes up a lot of memory. Bear with me. I should the data right now. It's back up. All right, I was able to do it. It takes a lot to open up a new application when you're recording, because recording takes up a lot of memory, and so when you're introducing a new application to the fold, it's going to fluctuate. Let me take you guys on this ride with me. All right, so what am I looking at right now? I opened up the crypto tracker, and you're talking about ICP. So let's go on down, and CoinGecko has them listed at 28, whatever. CoinMarketCap has them listed elsewhere, right there. So their GMBX factor is 100.9. Call it 101x. Do I think that's going to happen? Heck to the no. No, it's not going to happen. They were once, their highest number was $700.65. Do I think they're going to achieve that anytime soon? No. At $99, 99% off of their all-time high, they're nowhere near it. I just do not see it. No, I do not. But at 687, the 24-hour change is, these should be in percents. I don't know I don't know why it's doing that, but okay, fine. Let's go back down to 28. It's down 7%. So okay, I'm sitting back and I'm going, interesting. That's over 24 hours, by the way. But I just don't see this happening, right? And I don't know the rhythm of that particular coin, but I'm looking at them. So look at Matic right here, a little bit at 26. Do I think Matic can actually hit $2.92 with a 6.15 GMBX factor? The answer to me is going to be yes. I could immediately say yes. I think Polygon will do it. Do I think Pepe at 1.2x will do it? I can absolutely say yes. ICP, Internet, Computer, do I think they're going to do it? The answer is no, but here's the other question. Do I think that they're going to make it, right? Do I think that they can make it 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x? I'd have to do a lot more research to figure that out. But now you know why I give you in the workbook the GMBX factor table, GMBX factor 250, because it takes the top 250 coins that are out there and says, here's their X factor. Now run off and go do more research. So I give you a number here, go off and do more research. So for me, I think Polygon is, a part of connective tissue. It's a layer 2 that a lot of other applications run on, and I think there's a lot going on there. I think there's a lot of FUD around Polygon right now, and all they need is one piece of news to make them explode in an upward fashion. So that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's absolutely what I'm thinking. You're in it for the money. Ha ha ha. Let me see. Let me think about that. That was almost today's question. Oh, Red Star, let me know if I answered your question, please. Um, that was almost today's question. Today's question was almost going to be, why are you investing in crypto? And I was going to give you choices. But I might ask that, maybe another Sunday, because I think it's better applicable to a Sunday. And you'll have, I want to make money. I'm investing for the future of my family. I wanted to round out my portfolio because maybe you have real estate, stocks, bonds, options, whatever. So, there's stuff like that. You can always mess with me, man. That's, there's no hate here. There's no hate here. I know it will not make the all-time high. FTX messed with them. FTX had a larger touch than what most people think, and there are certain coins that are suffering from it. So let's run with the idea. Thank you, Red Star. Let's run with the idea that ICP was affected by FTX. They're in the top 25. Let's call it the top 30, since they were at 28 on CoinGecko. That's no joke. I've been telling you that there are hundreds of thousands of coins that are out there. Most of them memes, most of them a lot of them failed projects, things like that. So imagine what it takes. Imagine the grit that you must have to make it into the top X coins. Think about that. Because if you actually purchase the crypto tracker, the crypto tracker goes all the way up to 250 coins. The market cap of that last coin is only $171 million. So we're hitting small caps, mid caps, big caps, right? We're just not hitting micro caps, which would be, even lower, beneath that $100 million mark. So that's a lot. $3 billion market, 3 point something billion dollar market cap. Like I said, that's not small. That you got to give them a hat tip and say much respect. Right? Much respect. They just don't fit into a slot that I have. They just don't meet my criteria. Would I be upset if I saw it in somebody else's portfolio? No, but I would just ask them, okay, how did it get into your portfolio? But then I'd be asking that about anything that's in your portfolio. I know people that don't have Ethereum in their portfolio, but they have Ethereum layer 2s. What was their thinking? Everybody has their thought process, which is why I tell you to do your own research, because you start to take in information and then you start to see why I have that thought process. Really is as simple as that. Really is. And you could do that against any coin that's out there. Any. So that's what's up. Anyway, guys, I've had you on here for over an hour. I know you're probably tired of hearing me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. Let me just make sure I don't have any other questions. Okay, that was Bianca. That's Captain Banana. Oh, I missed one. Captain Banana. That's actually great news. Captain Banana was able to let their arm rest free. That's pretty damn cool. Having surgery on one of my arms, I know that's a big deal. That's a big step. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Let me see if I missed anything else. I don't think I missed anything else. Red Star did it right, though. Red Star was like, yo, I want my question answered, and threw it up there. That's the right way. Awesome. Thank you for that. Captain Banana, as always, thank you for that. Always showing love. Always, putting wind in the sails. All of you guys do. Captain Banana says, thank you to everyone, just in case you didn't see that. That's a very big deal. Um, so let's look at the poll. The poll, we have 9 votes. Most people have banking concerns. I'm actually flabbergasted. I am taken aback. Thank you, Mr. Big. I can't sign off just yet because I am amazed. I'm going to end the poll now, but I am amazed that nobody's big issue over this past week was security on crypto exchanges. 0 votes. 0 votes. What? I know I have a lot of international people, so I am shocked. And it's highly possible that some of my peeps are not on here right now. So Red Star, thank you. Um, but I am shocked that nobody on here now thought that that was a big deal. Um, Bianca's like, well, now that you've laid it out like that, and I say that because it really is a big deal to know what exchange you're working with. And let me tell you something. Robinhood is not a small exchange. Grayscale is not a small exchange. WazirX wasn't a small exchange. A lot of these exchanges are not small that are out there, but they had a problem allowing you to touch your money. So some of it is a security issue, and some of it is, there's just too many people that want to do stuff. That's an issue for me. Access to my money is a big deal. Access to my assets is a big deal. Excuse me. Oof, that was disgusting. I think more people are concerned about the election's effect on crypto. Jack, I'm not going to get into political rhetoric or anything else like that, but I can tell you that I feel that Jack, the biggest issue is going to be I don't care who's elected, Gary Gensler is done. Gary Gensler is done. No matter who's affected, crypto must be paid attention to, period. Republican, Democrat, independent, doesn't flip and matter. Whoever's elected, they're going to have to pay attention to crypto. They can no longer look at crypto and just go, not a big deal, we can get rid of it. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So from an election perspective, I think I see only positive happening from the elections. You're going to have to choose a chairman of the SEC, that can take a more pragmatic approach towards something that will not ever go away. Period. Right? Captain Banana agreed. But I would say that with any politician that's out there, Republican, Democrat, period. You're talking about, all right, for anybody that's out there that is a Trekkie or a Star Wars fan, okay? They use the word credits. Let that wash over you for a minute. There's no fiat, and it's universal. Literally universal. How many credits do I get for this? Yeah. It's a very big deal. It's an absolutely big deal, because that's where the world is moving toward. And here's something else that I've been saying forever. There cannot be only one. Not yet. So you're looking at an industry that's going to have different technologies for different uses. That's what we're seeing. So yeah, I'm looking at that and I'm just going, yeah, pay attention, folks. Pay strict attention. Anyway, really, I'm going to let you guys go. This is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. If you can, become a member on YouTube, become a member on GrowMyBag.tv. If you're interested in purchasing the book, Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth, go to Amazon, look it up. It's right there. You can also find links in the comments or links in the description below. And if you want to purchase the crypto tracker, go to growmybag.tv/crypto-tracker and you'll find it. Everybody, I hope you have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Relax and enjoy. Have a good one. Bye-bye. And thank you. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.